What up, man? Big brother K-Rino. Late, y'all. Lot going on. Had a lot going on, so I had to make sure it wasn't going on before I went on. But I'm on. Um, got some things I wanted to announce, y'all. That's why I'm gonna do another open topic tonight, and if time permits, either tomorrow or Sunday, then I'll come at y'all with a topic. But right now, it's wide open like a good receiver. You know what I'm saying? Wide open like I used to be back when I played football. So I welcome y'all to the chat. It's 11:44 my time. I don't know what time it is in your city unless you're on the West Coast. I know that it's 9:44. If you're on the East Coast, I know that it's 12:44 a.m. Outside of that, my time zone game is weak. But we'll get going, man, and y'all know the rules at this point by now on Open Topic. Y'all know that it's all about whatever y'all have on y'all mind to either speak about or ask me. Of course, respectfully, with respect and with maturity. That's how we move. We don't do no silliness. We all grown people up in here for the most part, I would think. And let's try to spark some good conversation, some good dialogue. You spark some good dialect too, but I mean I understand if it's a foreign dialect, but we want to spark some good dialogue and try to make each other better. However much time we spend with each other on these lives that I do, my intention is to always for us to make each other better. We should come out a little smarter um, after an hour and a half chopping it up with each other because I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, but there are so many of y'all who I see every week who come in, even new people who I don't know, who I've never heard of, come in and always drop some deep knowledge that helps. It helps me. It helps. I'm sure it helps other people that's in the chat that's reading and like, whoa, wow, he just said something real deep, or she just said something real deep. So, you know, that's we're gonna go with it, man. But this is open topic. There are a few things I want to start off to kind of get y'all going that I have to announce. Um, y'all already know about the Underground Dialogue podcast, which is my current podcast on YouTube. Shout out to my brother Keith Stowe. We've been hitting them throwbacks. We'll have a new episode for y'all real soon. Next week we'll have a new episode. But subscribe to the Underground Dialogue podcast. But I'm getting ready to launch a new podcast with my homie DJ Rec. Y'all see DJ Rec in the chat from time to time, man. He will be we will be co-hosting a sports podcast together called Legends 34. And we're gonna start that up like next week, man. So, y'all know your big brother. I love basketball, I love hoops, love football. I love basketball, I love football. I like baseball. I love boxing. I like MMA. I ain't gonna say nothing about hockey. I ain't gonna say nothing about soccer. I ain't gonna say nothing about rugby. But you'll hear about the major sports, in this neck of the woods. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So we'll be having a new sports podcast coming at y'all real soon. Outside of that, everybody who purchased the vinyl, shout out to everybody who's been supporting and buying the vinyl for the 7 hour block. The vinyl is available. We're gonna start shipping the vinyl this week. The reason why it took so long for us to start shipping the vinyl is because you can't really just get vinyl packaging anymore. The cases, the boxes that the vinyl go in to ship out. There was a time, you could just buy that stuff. You can just find a store and get that stuff. Now you had to order it online, and the order took longer than we thought it was going to take for the vinyl packaging to come in. So that's what's been taking so long, because some of y'all ordered that vinyl like a couple of weeks ago, and they haven't been shipped, but they'll start going out as early as Monday. So I appreciate y'all patience. I don't want y'all, man, where my vinyl, man? I ordered it in 1972 and it's still not here yet. It's like, nah, it's coming. I couldn't just send it naked like that. You know what I'm saying? I had to make sure that we had the proper packaging. So now we good to go, man. We ready to rock and roll. So y'all will be getting y'all vinyl. It'll be going out next week. Let me get into y'all's questioning. Ramadan, say, how's Ramadan? Ramadan's going good. You know, it's a blessing. Ramadan is always a time where um, I'm saying I'll do my best, but I try to do better at ramping up, my discipline and trying to be a little bit better. So yeah, thank you for asking. Ramadan Mubarak to everyone who's celebrating Ramadan or participating in Ramadan. Even if you're not, Ramadan Mubarak. Um, where do you get Underground Dialogue merch? If you watch any Underground Dialogue podcast episode, any short clip might be 5, 6, 7 minutes long. At the end of every clip, we have a commercial where we talk about how you can get the merch, and the website is on there. So that's all you got to do, baby. Be low. Also, I really forgot to mention this one. I got to make sure that I mention this one. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on. I gotta break this down to y'all real quick. All right, here's the deal, man. We being myself and Point Blank, we will be in Colorado Springs, Colorado, April 20. Wait a minute, that's not right. April 20th, we will be in Colorado Springs. I got to fix that date. We'll be in Colorado Springs. Somebody help me out. What date does April 20th fall on? What day does April 20th fall on? Is that a Saturday? And I want to get this right. I can't make no mistakes allowed, like the great Rakim said. Yeah, April 20th is a Saturday. Okay, we will be in Colorado Springs April the 20th. Y'all got that? April the 20th. Myself and Point Blank will be in Colorado Springs doing a meet and greet. We have a private event later on that day. That event is not open to the public, but we decided to do a meet and greet for all our supporters in Colorado Springs and Denver and all the surrounding areas who could come out and kick it with us before we go to the private event. I would hate for us to come out there and then our ride or die supporters don't get a chance to come kick it with us. So we will be at what is this? This lettering, I can't even see. I think this says Kings and Queens Barbershop. Kings and Queens Barbershop. I'm gonna put the info in the chat. Hold on. That date on our flyer is wrong, so I'll make sure I get that before we get going. Colorado Springs, Colorado. Y'all got to excuse my slow typing. Hold on, y'all. Excuse my slowness. South Academy Boulevard. Okay. There we go. 12 noon to 3 p.m. 12 noon to 3 p.m. So all my people and all our people that's in the Colorado Springs, Denver area, all the surrounding areas, y'all come on out and kick it with us. Come on out and kick it with us. Yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not I'm not walking and chewing gum right now. My bad. All right. I think I got it together now. But everybody who rocks with us, man, we coming to Colorado Springs. We will be there April the 20th, 12 noon at Kings and Queens Barbershop. I just put the information down. So all my people that's in Colorado that want to come out, y'all come on out. Tiffany Pena, what's up? This podcast will be therapy for me. Which one? You know, we got so much going on. Underground Dialogue. We got the sports podcast coming up, Legends 34. We're getting ready to crank up next week. And then what we do here every week or so, you know. So I appreciate the love. Whichever one you talk about, Tiffany, we appreciate that. Do you use straight razor or electric razor to shave your head? Man, you'll be surprised. I just use like the trimmers. Just regular little trimmers. Because when I use like the little thing, I got the little thing. Hold on, Charles. I'm gonna show you what I got. And I'm gonna show you what the deal is. Hold on. Now peep the game, Charles. I got this little thing from the commercial. This little thing right here. This little thing right here. This is what I use. Well, no, I don't. I use it sometimes when I'm in a rush. But the problem is this thing, it bumps me up. If I use it on my head, it bumps me up. If I use it on my face, it bumps me up. So I really don't like to use this, even though I got it. Shout out to my pops for getting it for me. But every time I use this thing, man, I'll be messed up, man. All up under here. So I just use the straight trimmers, bro. And that get the job done for me. And I don't like shaving and having razor bumps and all that. You know, it's hard to when that hair start growing back, bro. Now it gets you close. It will get you close. I saw the commercials and the guy on the commercial, he smiled, he did. But yeah, it all heads are not created equal. And there's a level of sensitivity, man. I can't do it. I ain't gonna be able to do it. Shaheem says can't go wrong with another podcast. Yeah, man, we gonna do sports, man. You know, I'm a big sports fan, so we gonna see how that goes. See if y'all support these sports. Yeah. Seven the Dunbar says it's such a beautiful feeling. Anna Monarchy is in the building. My homie. Targeted Individuals, the New Age says, all I want to know is will there ever be peace on earth? It's nothing but respect for you and your movement. We've got to work on peace. Yeah, there'll be peace on earth. Yeah. That's prophesied. That's in the scripture. That's written. Um, we're in a time of great difficulty, but after difficulty comes ease. So you got to go through the difficulty to get to the ease. You got to go through the storm to get to the sunshine, the calm. You got to go through the storm to get to the calm. You got to go through the war to get to the peace. So we're coming up to the time of war. We're entering into that turbulent, rough time. But in order to get to what you talking about, to the world you talking about, it's a lot that has to be filtered out. And everything you see when you look around, whether you're watching the news, whether you're reading the internet, whether you're just walking down the street, just observing your own surroundings, everything represents destruction and evil and dirt and debauchery and foolishness and sickness. And if you just look at the world we live in, if you listed good versus bad, the good list may have a little short little list. The bad list is going to be like a scroll because it's way more wrong with the world than it is right. So God is in the process of flushing it out and cleansing out all the garbage from this world to bring in the new world that's predicted that will come. And it's going to come. So yeah, there will be peace on earth. That's when we say, well, you know, back in the days when we was in the church, we would say, what's the Lord's Prayer? Is that our Father which art in heaven? There's a part in that verse that says, on earth as it is in heaven, just talking about that lifestyle, that peaceful existence being on earth as it is in heaven. So it's coming, man. It's coming, but we have to make sure we on the right side of it, because those who are controlling this world, those who are the ones who are causing all of the evil, who are at the root of all of the evil, they're not going to go out without a fight. They're going out swinging. They going out kicking and screaming, and they want to take as many of us as they can because they know that their time is up. That's just the reality. So it got to be a big explosion, you know what I'm saying? A collision, you know, but it is coming, man. So don't give up, don't give up. And the way to achieve it is through unity. We have to come together. We have to, and that's a cliche term. We got to come together. Everybody got to stick, but it's actually the truth. But it's layered. It ain't just a generic statement, in all aspects of life. We got to come together. We got to come together just as a brotherhood and a sisterhood. We got to come together in terms of our business practices, in terms of educating ourselves and our youth, in terms of educating each other on what foods to eat and how to duck and dodge all of the sicknesses that come from the food we eat, and just the sustained life. There's so many levels that we have to come together on. We got to stop fighting and killing each other, and all those different things, man. I mean, but it's gonna come. Go listen to my song Perfect World. Dean says, why does Barkley hate the Rockets? What Barkley say about the Rockets? What do you say, Dean? Back Porch says, my first mentor said that the majority of people misinterpret the saying, spare the rod, spoil the child. Most people think it means if you spare the rod, then you spoil the child. Well, that's what I think it means too. Um, I'm under the belief that that term means when you neglect to discipline your children through means of, as we say, where I'm from in the hood, whooping they butt when they do something wrong, clean version, whooping they butt when they do something that's worthy of a butt whooping. Now, if you accidentally just spill some juice on the table and we can wipe it, no, you know. But when it's something that's worthy of you getting your butt whooped, yeah, you put them hands on him. And that sets a tone of discipline because what happens is too many times in this modern day, we have so many parents that will say, well, no, it's not right to, and they try to be slick with the language. They will say, you shouldn't beat your child. You shouldn't. No, it's not. It's not abusing and beating your child in a way that some people would try to pass it over as. It's disciplining your child physically to a justified degree. I mean, you don't just punch him in the face like Ray Mercer was punching Tommy Morrison that time. I mean, you don't hang him from a tree. But yeah, if you gotta spank his butt when he little, whoop his butt with a belt when he get older, or switch, then that's what got to be done. And I know y'all new wave, new age parents, y'all got a problem with that. Oh, well, you shouldn't do that. No. That's why y'all children out here whooping y'all. And that's always been my statement. Okay, you better whoop them now before they whoop you later. It's always been my phrase, my motto as it relates to that conversation and that topic. You know, it's a difference between a good butt whooping and child abuse. I'm not gonna come home and beat the hell out of my son or my daughter just because I had a bad day at work. I'm not gonna come home because, hey, well, I drunk the last beer last night and I didn't remember I did it. So now I'm thinking one of them did, and I'm gonna beat the hell out of my. No, it's he or she did something that was out of pocket. They need to know that you can't do that. So we gonna give them that rod because you will spoil the child. If there's no consequences, just he has no fear of anything happening, then the behavior escalates. And that's just the reality. And you see it in different households. You see the difference between a household that believes in punishment on that level compared to the ones that totally do not. In a lot of cases, the children are just running rampant. Now, are there examples where people don't believe in that kind of discipline and the child turned out all right? They had alternative methods of getting through to the child. Yeah, I'm sure it's happened. I'm sure it happens. But I'm also sure that those are few and far between in comparison to establishing early on that you don't run the house, little fella. You're not gonna dominate the house with grown adults in it. And you're 4. You're not gonna lay on the ground on the floor in the grocery store hollering and kicking and screaming at 9 years old, 8 years old, because I told you couldn't have no Pop-Tarts. So you're gonna fall all out on the floor and holler and scream and make a scene. Nah. We both about to make a scene. It's showtime. Let's dance. Because in the words of probably 98.6% of all black mamas, I'm about to give you something to cry about. They're gonna give you something to cry about. So no, yes, spare the rod, spoil the child means that if you withhold from whooping your child's butt, you're gonna mess him up. Because he's gonna go out into the world with that entitlement. He's going to go out into the world carrying that same mentality that he carries in that house that you have fostered and allowed to exist. And he's going to take that out into a world that don't care nothing about him. And he's going to get his head tore off. Or he end up in jail. Somebody going to kill him. He'll get a rude awakening. My grandmother whooped me one time when I was a little fella. And I just remember just sitting just when you fresh out, when you know when that whooping is fresh off of you. I mean, the last stroke probably hit me 48 seconds ago. And I was and my grandmother told me something that I'm sure, you know, we've all heard who grew up like that. But I hadn't heard it before at the time. She say, I whooped you because I love you. I was like, okay, whooping, a love belt, love plus belt times whooping with belt. Hold on, whooping times belt equals love. It didn't add up. But she said, yeah, I whooped you because I loved you, because if I didn't care nothing about you, I would just let you do whatever it is you want to do. I would let you stay out late at night, because the thing was always, everybody else outside at 10 o'clock at night. Well, sir, you ain't everybody else. You my child, you my grandchild. You don't be out at 10 o'clock at night on a school night and you in the 5th grade. Nah, you don't get to do all that. But if I don't care about you, you can go out. I don't care when you come back. I ain't never got to see you no more. See, we make this mistake of what we think love is, and these old soft parents that don't want to I could never just put my hands on. Well, he gonna put his hands on you one day, because you giving him everything, you giving her everything that he and she wants. You never saying no, even when your heart tell you no, even when you don't want to do what they asking you to do. You didn't feel like getting up and taking them to the mall. So instead of saying what our mama would have said, which was like, no, you ain't going because I don't feel like going. Or, well, y'all better catch the bus. You get up and you go, you take them, and you just, and so they know children are not dumb. Little bitty children are not dumb. They know, they peep the game like, They know early on when they can manipulate their parents. They know early on. They are very smart. They know all the little tricks, all the little things to do to get their way, including hollering and falling all that. There are multiple ways. That's just one of them. Some get so empowered, they get so bold with it. Like I say, they start talking crazy to the parent. They start cussing them out, bucking up to them, bucking them, and then ready to fight. Telling the parent what they gonna do and what they not gonna do, because you empowered them. Because you was too cowardly or too soft to put them things on them. See, when a child know, I can't play with mama like that. Nah, mama slapped the hell out of me. I ain't going. Oh, daddy will put them haymakers on me. I ain't playing with daddy like that. When a child know that keeps that child in check. Now, are there some exceptions? Yeah, there's some children that's gonna veer off no matter how you try to raise them. But we talking about the numbers. We talking about the percentages, the ratio. those percentages lean towards splatter rod, spoil a child. See, I disagree, back porch. I don't believe that it means that you should spare the rod and spoil your child. I don't believe that. Heck no. Why would you want to spoil your child? Like, that's entitlement. That's an illusion. That's a scenario that is gonna put the child on a bad road. He's not gonna have any discipline. The child is not gonna understand that the world doesn't cater to him, that the world is not centered around him. It doesn't revolve around him or her. They're not going to understand that because they've always been just given whatever they want. It's dinner time. You got good fish and vegetables and cooking, and you're getting ready to feed your child a good nutritious meal, and then all of a sudden he comes in the kitchen and say, I want a piece of cake. And you know, well, no, I'm cooking. Well, son, I'm getting ready to cook dinner. The dinner's almost ready. And I want some cake. Okay, well, I'm gonna cut you one piece of cake. You spoiling your child. Yeah, no, I said you don't get no cake. No cake. And I bet not have to say it twice. So by your logic, it's like, well, yeah, give him some cake. Even though dinner's almost ready, because he wants it, let me spoil my child. I only have $100 in my pocket. This $100 got to last me and the family to my next payday, which is a week and a half away. I get paid in a week and a half, and I only got $100 left for the family. But here comes my child and asks me for something that costs $40. Ooh, can I get this toy? Can I get this? Well, son, it costs $45. That's not in the budget right now. We don't have to have it. I want it. Okay, I'll get it. No, you don't do that. No, I said no. Period. No, you don't run nothing. What entitles a child to be spoiled? What entitles them to be spoiled? Because that's my baby and I love my baby. And no, you the parent. I was just watching a clip of Mr. Farrakhan last night talking about this very same subject. You the parent. He don't run nothing. All right, I've been on this too long. Let me go to something else. Open topic, y'all. If I come to South Park, is this what, Lurf 8? If I come to South Park, you trying to play a pickup game of basketball? I mean, I ain't hooped in South Park in a while. I had to get off the concrete for my knees, man. But I mean, I played today. I play ball 3-4 times a week. So you never know. Roger Morales, what's going down, man? Eddie Monster says, I think it's been war out here. So how you get ahead in a world like that? Yeah, you're right. War exists on so many levels. There's different types of wars, man. You have a war without, like what we see going on. You know, we can't call what's going on in Palestine a war. That's just straight up. That's horrible, man. That's murder. But you have a war going on internally too. That's the true war. So you get ahead in a world like that first by dealing with the internal war, the war that's going on within yourself, and you gain the understanding of how to be in control of yourself and have peace within yourself. And then that better equips you to deal with the war, the external wars that we see, because you got to have understanding. So when the question was first posed, my answer, to the best of my ability, was based around what I know about Scripture, what I believe I know about where we are in Scripture. So if I answer the question from that angle, and it gives me an understanding of, okay, I know what's happening, not just what's happening, but I know I got a pretty good inkling of why it's happening and the time that we living in. See, so that prepares and equips you to know how to deal with, okay, well, you know what, we living in Revelation, we living in that time, so this is what needs to be done. The instructions are there. We have to equip ourselves with as much knowledge as we can. Don't let this world drive you crazy. Like Big Mello said, I can't let this world take my mind. Got to get over, gotta get down for mine. I can't let this world take my mind. You can't let this world take your mind, man. I've said this on several occasions. You know, I've known people who, they like watch the news, they see what's going on in the world, and it like messes them up. Like they just be like, oh, this world is just like, man, you letting that stuff make you crack mentally, bro. You looking at something that's happening here or there, and it's just breaking you down so much. You got to get a better handle on it. It's all right to feel for people that are going through things, of course, but you still got to keep your composure. You got to keep your head so you can navigate through what's gonna visit you. Because all of these years that we've seen things going on overseas and in different nations, and all the oppression and the war and the famine, the genocide and all that, man, everything you see over there is coming to America. And I ain't talking about the Eddie Murphy movie. Everything that you see happening overseas, all of those things that you see that we look at on the news, we just go, man, that's so sad. Those with a heart look at it and go, man, that's messed up. Those with no heart, they're like, it ain't us. It ain't got nothing to do with us. That's them over there. It's going to be you over here real soon. All ties back into the Scripture, man. America Day is coming, man. All you gung-ho Americans that just got this thought process like this country is so untouchable, so invincible, so indestructible, man, keep waking up. You already see the unraveling of it, like Minister Farrakhan said, it's unraveling. America's unraveling. See, and an unravel is not something that just immediately just breaks and collapses. And it just unravels, just comes apart gradually. So we might not see it or view it as being a rapid collapse. But if you really observe and pay attention, all of the institutions, all of the foundational pieces that make up what America is, they're going down. Every last one of them. Every category is going down. Tell me I'm lying. But you got to keep your mind, bro. You can't go crazy. Ain't no time to go crazy. Because when it pop off, you're going to be walking the streets, talking to yourself, playing with your lips. Got to be ready. Open topic, y'all. Open topic. I'm all over the place. I'm back and forth as usual. Tim's on the right feet says, what was the experience of meeting Immortal Technique like? Just refreshing to meet a revolutionary, conscious rap artist who, in my opinion, actually represents that what he talks about in his music. A lot of people can rap them revolutionary conscious lyrics, but they don't really be doing nothing outside of the studio. But I saw firsthand how he get down. I saw firsthand where his head and his heart is. And, you know, he's always been good to me. So I had nothing but respect for the man. Flat out. Mr. Urban World is in the building. Already. What's up, my brother? We'll be in the hood tomorrow, man. We're going to be in South Park tomorrow. Repping for the clique. If it's magic. Lady Trill is in the building. She said, we as parents control what we feed our children. We should. Not all parents. Some children control what the parents feed them. Aaron C. says, today's world is too backwards and irritates me in a way. Henry Perry, man, you my dude, man. Appreciate the love, man. Underground Dialogue Podcast. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, Henry Perry. He said, I was just watching the podcast. Now you live. Hey, man, that's support. You jump from one channel to the next. And I'm going to have a third channel. We're going to have the sports podcast coming next week. We ain't playing with them. We're not playing with them. Zay Sanchez says that's straight up evilness overseas. No question. Man, you see some of them pictures, man. If you don't feel that, man, you're a robot, bro. Yep. Fish said poor kids used to eat baby food. Now they eat snack food and cheap crap. They get literally addicted to the unnatural crap in their neurotoxins that give them withdrawals, behavior issues, rage. Yeah, man, I couldn't agree with you more, Fish. A lot of the behavior patterns, a lot of the actions are directly connected to the food that not only just the children eat, but us as adults. Yep. I agree, man. The Lab One says, if anyone in here knows someone autistic, he didn't say artistic, he said autistic, get the book Brain Saver by Anthony William. Okay. Yay. Open topic, man. Y'all tell me what's on y'all mind. Tell me what's on your mind. And hopefully we can link and be made better when this live is over. Zigzag says, where do you think we are in scripture? What do you mean? You mean as far as when you say we are, we as who? Which people? Do you mean, are you asking about a specific people? Or are you asking about people on a whole? Or are you asking about the time frame that we are in? Which one? Jado say you got to walk through the valley of decision. We already in it. Johnny Ray, what's up, man? If it's magic. Instinct says sexual content everywhere thrown in our faces. Yeah. To distract, deflect, deceive, to take us off the focus. Take you off the focus. And they don't just do it with sexual content. Like I said, they do it with food. You be locked in and focused on something you're trying to get done, and then you just glance over, and all of a sudden, a pizza commercial. Ooh, donuts. Just throws your whole mind frame off. I saw where that bridge fell. Decode the matrix. GMOs. GMOs. Once again, man, myself to Point Blank, we will be in Colorado Springs, Colorado, April the 20th. We will have a meet and greet / pop-up shop. I'll be promoting it as we go further, as we get closer to the date. I'll be pushing and promoting it, y'all. So there's no need to fear. I just want to make sure that everybody in Colorado that rocks with us comes out. 12 noon to 3 p.m. We will be in Colorado Springs. All right. Spread the word. Spread the word about what you just heard. Open topic. The more y'all talk, the more I will. The less y'all talk, the less I will. The less y'all talk, the quicker this live will end. Fish says, oh yeah, and parents let their kids just watch anything the parents want to have on the TV. I used to have to leave the room or they'd watch it at bedtime. New parents think that, well, yeah, I mean, that's another form of food. The mental, what they take in, what the visual is the mouth. The eyes and the ears become a mouth that eats bad content from the TV, from the radio, from the internet. So yeah, you're absolutely right. And a lot of times it's the parents who set the play up, because when the parents don't feel like being bothered with their own children, they just stick them in front of the TV. Yeah, watch that. They just set them in front of the TV to lock them in on something that's gonna keep their focus for a few hours, so the parent can have some peace and quiet for a few hours. Go in there and watch. And you know, sometimes it could be some educational stuff, but a lot of times it may not be. Or sometimes it may not even be something that the parent even set up in a while. They just send them, hey, go watch TV, and the child picks what they want to watch. And you never know what they watch. And with so many sick subliminal messages, even in like cartoons, like Disney and all, man, some perverts, man. I was watching that Nickelodeon special about how they was doing those children, man, them child stars at Nickelodeon and all that, man. I mean, you can't just, and these are parents that just turning their children over to that industry for fame and money, and then they're leaving their children alone with these perverts and pedophiles. They leaving them alone with them. And that's part of the stipulation. I was watching one episode of it, and the guy was talking about how there would be a moment where they would tell the parents, hey, well, y'all can't be in here while we do this particular thing. And no parents allowed. And it's like, and you have minors, you have children that are 8, 9, 10, and 11 years old. It's like, it can't be no scenario where you can kick me out of a room where my little child is I don't care if what they in there doing. Because now I don't know what y'all in here doing. I don't know what y'all telling them. And that's what the basis of the whole documentary was, because a lot of those children got touched and molested, violated in some form and fashion, and the parent removed themselves, or they were too weak and let those executives tell them, well, you can't be in here. And now they're on TV. Now you're on TV crying 20 years later because you feel bad that you let your son go on a out of town trip with the executive producer who was violating him. I just knew something wasn't right. If you knew something wasn't right, why you ain't stop it? Why you let it happen? My child just gonna be mad because we finna lose the contract. I'm sorry, son. I tried to get you. I tried to bring you into acting and make you a star, but I didn't know that they was doing all this sick, nasty stuff to children, grown men, doing all. I didn't know they were doing all that to you. So I'm gonna protect you, and we pulling you out. I'm sorry, son. You can't be on the TV show. I'm sorry, Daddy. I really wanted, but I don't care what you really wanted. You don't know what I know. And parents are just as much to blame, because you don't get to take over the life of my child. And these cats didn't care, man. They didn't care, man. They was wild with it. This one dude, he was just basically stalking this one young child actor, the dude that played on Drake and Josh. The dude Drake, one of those executives, man, that dude was just stalking that man, stalking that little boy, following him around everywhere he go, calling him, blowing his phone up like they was in a relationship. And he finally got him. Finally got him because he drove a wedge between the child's parents. The child's parents were going through some problems, and he peeped out who the weaker one was. The daddy wouldn't have it, but the mama, he used the mother's hate towards the father to separate and say, well, the dad doesn't want me. I'm trying to take his career to the next level, but he doesn't want me to take him on these trips. And the mom was like, oh, I'm giving you permission to do it, because she's trying to get back at the father. She not peeping that this pervert is trying to get to your son. And he got him. Got to be careful, man. Being famous and all that, it ain't that important. And it shouldn't be that important to where you really just sacrifice the innocence of your son or your daughter because it's going to make some money, and then you're going to have an easier life. Well, I can quit this job. If Junior can land this role on this TV show, I can finally stop working. Man, I'll work forever before I let my child be a sacrificial lamb to this sick, evil industry, man. Come on, man. This gonna be a short one. I see y'all in y'all own world tonight. Y'all are in y'all own world tonight. Every now and then this happens. You have people in the chat that just start talking about whatever they talking about. Instinct says sugar isn't everything. It's probably because sugar works on the brain as a drug in the exact same way as drugs like cocaine, albeit weaker. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Might not be weaker depending on who you ask. You ever seen the experiment with the sugar and the cocaine in the rats? They gave a rat some cocaine, then they gave the rat some sugar, then they gave the rat an option. And when the rat had the option between the sugar and the cocaine, he went to the sugar. Like, man, I know cocaine, I know Rick James said cocaine is a hell of a drug, but sugar is a hell of a drug too. Take it from a struggling sugar addict. Hold up my other hand so y'all can see. Hello, my name is K-Rino and I'm a sugarholic. I'm a struggling sugar addict. Just like my man just said, they put sugar in everything. You can't escape sugar, just like you can't escape soy. And soybean, they put it in everything. All I gotta do is read your ingredients. Dollar bill, y'all. Martial arts experiment is in the building. My brother Dollar Bill is in the building. Hello, my name is K-Rino, and I'm a sugarholic. I know I'm addicted to sugar. It's no secret. It's no secret. They didn't have to know all that. Hey, man, truth is the truth. What's my favorite sweet? I don't know if I should be like bragging on that. I mean, I eat a lot of stuff, man. Cookies, cakes, and pies, bro. Cookies, cakes, and pies. But don't think about it, I eat bean pie. That's the only pie I eat. So bean pie don't count because bean pie is a nutritional snack. But if you see me with a pack of Oreos, you know I'm going through it at the time. Just pray for me. Yeah, it's sad what they doing over there. The lab. It's sad because they hijacking an area of the world that doesn't belong to them, and they're murdering and killing in order to carry it out. But it's one of those situations like somebody asked me earlier, like, how do we get to that place of peace? It's going to come, man, because, the God of justice is not going to let that be permanent. It's not going to happen. They'll get their land back. They'll get it back. Yep. Dollar. Hey, me and Dollar Bill getting ready to do an EP, y'all. We get ready to do an EP, man. We finna pop y'all and y'all noggin. I'm finna take this hand right here and reach all the way back from Mississippi and smack When I did that, smack my ears wrong a little bit. Let me stop. Yeah. I sure do, Lurf. I wouldn't have it no other way. If I don't get my bean pie from if I don't get my bean pie from a brother with a bow tie, I don't trust it. Doggone right. Tim says, "What are your thoughts on meditation?" I think it works for those who it works for. I can't knock meditation if meditation is something that benefits you. I'm not a meditator. I don't do meditation. I've tried it. I've done. I didn't really get anything out of it. Somebody said, "Well, you didn't do it right." I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I didn't know it was an intricate process to meditate. I didn't know that there was a meditation instruction book. I didn't know that. But I also, like I say, I don't knock what works for somebody else. So if somebody gains benefits, mental benefits from even physical benefits from meditation, I don't dismiss or argue with that because um, the power of the mind is a real thing. The healing power of the mind is a real thing. The mind's ability to transform the physical is a real thing. So whatever meditation brings you, hey man, that's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Thoughts on P. Diddy? I don't have no thoughts on P. Diddy, man. Well, you know what? I'll say this. I will repeat what my minister said probably 40 years ago because I saw this clip. Um, where Mr. Farrakhan, now clearly he wasn't talking about Diddy 40 years ago, but he was. uh, just talking about how somebody else's hardships, somebody else's fall is not something that we should laugh at, make mockery of, or speak on from a self-righteous point of view. So whatever that man is dealing with, that's that man's business and what he got to go through and wherever it brings him. But too many people post judgment about another person's situation. They post mocking statements. They laugh. They say, "That's what you get. That's what you dirty, rotten, nah. Yeah, you finally got with that." When you don't know your future. And even if it's not you, you don't know the future of your son. You don't know what your son could become, what your daughter could become that may bring a dark cloud over the head of your family, or an embarrassment to your family, or a struggle that you have to stand by your people with, your son or your daughter, your family member, your friend with, that will make you instantly relate to what that man or what another person is going through. So it's not wise. Not saying you did this, bro. I'm just using this as an example. It's not wise to sit on the edge of your seat happily anticipating the downfall of somebody, whether they did it or not. Hold your mouth. Hold your mouth. That's all I'm gonna say about that. JX says it's the whole industry fumbling kids. You say fumbling, I say fundling. If anything, that's the elite's business. Yeah, that's part of, that's like one of the perks for them. Money is like God, but the perks that they get from being in that position, those positions of power in Hollywood and in music, is that they get to act out. See, I was talking about, I did a video the other day where when I said, be grateful for what you don't have. And what I meant by that is a lot of things that we sit around wishing we had. Man, I wish I had $1 million. I wish I had this. I wish I had that. But like I said in the video, our characters are not lined up to be able to deal with that. We'll go crazy. You kill your fool self because you don't have the discipline and the moral character to be able to handle that kind of power, because money and power gives you the most important thing, the most delicate thing, and that's access. You now have access that you wouldn't have otherwise had. So yeah, by them, Hollywood is theirs, and the record business is theirs, and the sports leagues are all theirs. They have access. They can do things that they wouldn't normally be able to do and get away with it. So now I'm this big time executive in Hollywood. I control who gets the parts in these movies and all that. So now this young lady comes in and she's a great actress. She has natural acting talent. She can really, really act. But I don't want to give her the part based on her natural talent. I got to see what she can do for me first. You see what I'm saying? Or the flip side, somebody come into the room that has no talent, but because they were willing to do favors and do whatever they willing to do for you, now they in a big blockbuster movie because they worked their way to that spot. So access. So if you got some dude with an island where he can just fly in all his friends and bring in little girls and access, because he got money, he got connections, he got power, he can make it happen. That's the world we live in. Access is dangerous if you don't know how to handle it, if you're not equipped. Inquisitive said it's unwise and non-beneficial to concern ourselves with worldly idols. He said, like Diddy. Who gives a bleep? Watching people in the media living their dreams while most of us are living a nightmare. Well, I understand what you're saying, but I don't say that it's unwise to concern ourselves, because wisdom observes everything. It's wise to observe and look at everything, even if it's not even related to you. Well, let me see what they're talking about. What is that? What is that? Oh, okay, yeah. Let me get an understanding of it. Because you never know when you may walk into a situation similar to that. You may not be interested in neuroscience today, but your son might start taking an interest in it, and now you may have learned something. So it's not I don't believe that people should just shut off their mind to just, and their eyes and their vision to everything that we make, that some may look at as, oh man, that's that silly little Hollywood. So learn. See, it's a lesson in everything. That comes from time to understand there's a lesson in everything if you have a listening ear and an observant eye, and you can process it the right way to be able to extract some knowledge out of it, some wisdom out of it. But you're right. A lot of them are living a dream, but the dream is becoming a nightmare for them. Because if you piss these people off, man, look, when these elites put you in positions, these high positions, and you look up and you see all these cats and stuff, oh man, this dude, oh boy, he's a billionaire. Wow. All you gotta do is piss them off. And they'll show you, they put you up there. You didn't make yourself a billionaire. I don't care what you think. I don't care what you believe. I don't care how many records you sold and you toured and you did this and you were allowed that spot. They placed favor on you for whatever reason. You were of some benefit to them. They placed favor on you. But what you have to understand about this satanic system and the satanic people who crafted and constructed and run the system, everything they do for you is conditional. They ain't doing nothing for you out the kindness of their heart. It's conditional. And they set you on a high throne, and the throne that you sit on is here, where you can look and see down on the people where you used to be. So that creates, for some of us, an arrogance and an ego and a delusional sense of power. But this is you. You on that $1 billion throne that they set you on, but their throne is way up above you. So we brag about certain Black entertainers and individuals, business people who, well, man, we got about 20 Black billionaires running around here now. All of the Black billionaires that you see, if you look up their net worth, their billionaire status, it's like 2 billion, 1 billion, 3 billion. And don't get me wrong, that's a lot of money. And we say, oh man, wow, such and such is a billionaire. He's worth 2.3 billion. Yeah. But Bezos is worth 130 billion, 160 billion. Bill Gates, 100+ billion. You can combine all of the billions of every Black billionaire, and it won't even be 1/3 of the highest of the average white billionaire like Bezos and Steve Ballmer, Bill Gates, what's my guy's name? Elon Musk. They're giving you even getting the billionaire crumbs. And even in the case of somebody like Kanye, who was at one point, I think he was like over 2 billion, 3 billion? What was Kanye? Somebody said 6 one time. But in a blink, 1 or 2 statements that he made, and he started losing endorsements, losing connections, and those things, all of those things actually comprise your net worth. So your net worth is not just liquid. It's not just you got 3.5 billion actual physical dollars sitting up somewhere. It's about assets. It's about companies and everything that equates to worth and revenue. That is your net worth. Your endorsements, your potential earnings, they factor and project all that. That's all meshed into what they call your net worth. But so when that connection is, when that rug is snatched up under you, then that net worth decreases. So just like that, he wasn't a billionaire no more. And they can do that to anybody they want. So we can say, yeah, you know, wow, he's a billionaire, yeah. But on whose watch? By whose permission? Who told you the bone? Who told you the bone? It's the billionaire bone. The saying, man, we gotta know who we dealing with, man. We gotta know who we dealing with, man. Man, you said this is R2. Man, you said money is like a god. I was just thinking story of John Rockefeller yesterday and compared him to Moses, but then I realized that's wrong. Money ain't like a god. Money is a god. Don't people worship it? Don't people love it with all their heart, soul, and mind? Don't people feel like money can just save them? All of the qualities that people would attribute to God, many people attribute those qualities to money. Like, so money is a god. Some people's lives are revolved around the quest to seek money. Just like some people's lives are revolved around the quest to seek God. You can make whatever you want to make into a god. I don't know why I'm blurry, y'all. Y'all bear with me. Y'all deal with it. Jasto Ahava. K, what are your thoughts on Vladimir Putin opening the vaults, revealing a black Messiah? I mean, I don't have no thoughts on that. I've been knew the Messiah was black. But we live in a world where we have to have white validation in order for us to believe. I'm talking about black people now. In order for us to believe that something is real, we got to hear white folks say it first. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad been said that the Messiah was black. Minister Farrakhan been said that the Messiah was black. There are many others who have been taught that the Messiah was and is black. So for Putin to come out with the vaults, and I don't know the validity of all this, and come out and put it out and say what he said, okay, cool. You bear witness to what we already knew. Too many of us get caught up in, well, Putin said it, I mean, now you believe it? I believed it when Michael on Good Times hung the picture on the wall. Y'all too young. Hey, man, look. Michael on Good Times taught us that the Messiah was black in 1974. Come on, man. Michael taught us that, man. Go look at the episode. And Florida was trying to argue him down. Florida was trying to take the black Jesus off the wall and put the white Jesus back on the wall. Y'all gotta watch Good Times, man. Y'all, I'm gonna repeat. I'm a quote President Joe Biden. Y'all like what? K-Rino quoting the president? If y'all don't watch Good Times, you ain't black. Hey man, Michael Evans taught us that, man. What y'all talking about, man? Yo, the real folklore saint. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. He said the instrumental to Future Shock. Okay, yeah, shout out to my homie Tragic. Yeah, no question about it. The instrumental is insane. That's what made me choose it to do the song. So the homie Tragic, he not in here tonight. He usually be in here. So big shout out to Tragic. Shadow B, what's going on? Let me catch up, man. It's open topic. Yeah, Dollar Bill, Florida. The mama didn't want to even put the picture up. And soon they put the black Jesus on the wall, they start having just blessings after blessings. All kind of good stuff start happening to them. And instead of Florida going, okay, yeah, I'll see what's going on, she was like, oh no. Shout out to Florida Evans, man. She was just playing a character, y'all. Don't be mad. Instinct says, look at Revelations. Feet like burnt brass, burnt in the furnace. Hair like lamb's wool. Come on, man. How y'all get them instrumentals to my song? Erica, did I send you that instrumental? Where these instrumentals coming from? Ebb says Fred Sanford did also. Yeah, man. Daniel Rogers says, so the color of someone's skin matters now? Obviously. It mattered to the people who changed it. So what you talking about? Yeah, it matters. It's mattered all throughout history. Because there are people, Daniel, who would look at somebody that looked like me and decide they hate that person because they look like me. But then there are people who will look at somebody who look like somebody else and say, oh, he's cool. So yeah, it matters. So the same thing when you talk about the Messiah, when we talk about that, yeah, it mattered to somebody because somebody saw what Putin saw or knew what Putin knew. They knew that a long time ago and say, oh, hell no, we can't let this get out. We got to change that. Somebody get Michelangelo on the phone. They ain't had no phones back then. I'm just, hey, man, Michelangelo, bro, we need to get over here. We need to paint. Yeah, man, they got this Messiah, man. He blacker than Blue Monday. We got to fix that because we rule the world now. We in control. So it's no way that we can be in control and have a picture of a black God while we telling everybody that we in control. So we need you to repaint. So Michelangelo said, okay, you know, I got an idea. I got a cousin, man. I'll paint my cousin and we'll make him out to be the Jesus. So that image that you look and you see. Some people say Caesar Borgia, Michelangelo's cousin, whoever he is, he ain't who they say he is. So yeah, the color of a person's skin does and did matter. We was chilling. We didn't do it. Gotta wake up. Come on, Dean. Dean say that's why they blew the nose off the Sphinx in Egypt. And don't forget the lips. When you look at the Sphinx, no nose, no lips on some of the structure. That's not the only structure that they blew the nose off of, because they got there and was like, wow, that looked like those people. Blah. They didn't want to see it because the Sphinx nose was like this. It was thick. The lips was thick. They knew that was the black man. They knew who it was. So they blew it off. So yeah, it mattered to somebody. So you asking the wrong person. We didn't do it. We just living life. We just being who we are. The Messiah was being who he was and is. The people made the Sphinx. Go into the caves, go into the hieroglyphics. Look at the skin tone of the people that the ancient Egyptians drew as the hieroglyphics. You see the tone. They look like me. Can't make this up, man. Ain't nothing to be upset about. It's the truth. We should be happy when we discover truth. That should be like a good thing. But when somebody been sitting in the power seat the whole time, and things start to surface that could possibly remove them from that seat, that's a problem. Hey, man. But it didn't just matter to artists, though, Daniel. Somebody had to commission the artist. It didn't just matter to the artist. The artist wasn't just in there playing around and let me do something. Somebody had to commission the artist. And then when the artist was commissioned to paint that picture to look a certain way, to depict a certain people, then the picture had to be, as we say in the modern time, it had to be marketed and promoted, distributed, placed before the world. This is the Messiah. And he looks like us. He's white like us. So it ain't just the artist playing around in his basement. Somebody had to call that shot. That shot came from the mountaintop. That shot was called down. That's why I was playing around. Hey, get Michelangelo on the phone. I know. Hey, man, it's all right, man. Ain't nothing wrong with finding out that it was corruption going on. It wasn't us. We was chilling. Dollar say, you knew that when Liz Taylor played Cleopatra. We knew it when Liz Taylor played Cleopatra. We knew it when Charlton Heston played Moses. We knew it when Mel Gibson. Who was the Passion of the Christ dude? Look, man, Hollywood they've always tried. This ain't nothing negative. This ain't no disrespect. It's the truth. They've always tried to whitewash history, but you can't do it because people ain't stupid. Well, a lot of people are stupid, but most people they are true to the bone historians. They can go back. Look what Alex Haley did. They can go back and say, well, wait a minute. People with common sense can say, wait a minute. As I read this Bible, I'm reading about all of the regions where these people are spoken of to have roamed. And all of these regions seem to be in darker, populated areas of the world, Africa in particular. So all of these African nations that you're reading about, where Cleopatra and Moses and all these different prophets, Abraham, all the way down the list, these were not areas where Europeans were in strong abundance, walking and ruling the land. It was black folks there. It don't add up. The geography does not add up. It does not. It has to match the people. Just saying, man. I'm just saying, man. If I'm wrong, may God correct me in my wrong. But if you're wrong, will you correct yourself? I'm just saying, man. See, you got to go back, man. You got to go way, 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 way back. What about Middle Easterners, Lurf? The Middle East, that's a made-up area. It's no Middle East. They just call it the Middle East. They try to even say that Egypt is not Africa. Egypt is North Africa, Northeast Africa. But there's a little gash in that landmass called the Suez Canal. So they make that like it's a separation. But that gash, that canal, that's man-made. That's not a natural, that's a man-made little gash. Egypt is Africa. Veldissimo said, "Journey Through the Metaphor Labyrinth" was the first song I ever heard of you. I mean, I appreciate, that's one of my favorite songs, man. So I appreciate that, man. I'm glad you liked them. I'm glad that's the first song you heard of mine. I appreciate that. Also, man, y'all do me a favor, man. If y'all ain't hit that like button, hit it for me right now. I'm back on my 100 likes game. If y'all haven't clicked the like button, click it for your big brother. Let's get me to 100 likes. We get to 100 likes, I can shut it down for the night. Aaron C. says NASA is filming the next Mars movie in the Middle East. Oh, I dropped some, y'all. Open topic, man. That's what it is. See, we've been taught. Like Anamanarga says, Cleopatra was Greek or basic. See, they taught us that, man. I mean, I hate to say it. Well, I don't hate to say it, but it's no, man. The black people, man. But when you have no control over the narrative, that's just what it's going to be. See, when you read the Bible itself, just to speak to the point, speak to what Anamanark is trying to say, it's not true. You know, you my homie. When you read the Bible, the King James version of the Bible, one of the first things that it says on the first page, it says that this Bible, the King James version, was translated out of the original tongue. Now you got to really listen to what I'm saying. It was translated. Do you know what translate means? That means that if I come from Japan like Shohei Ohtani to play baseball and I don't speak a lick of English, I come to America to play baseball, I need what's called a translator who, when the reporter asks me a question in English, he's going to ask it to me in Japanese. I'm going to answer it back to my translator in Japanese. He's going to translate it, what I said, back to English. So if the former versions, the former, if the book had been translated out of the original tongue, what is a tongue? A tongue in this case means a language. It was translated out of the original language. So now when we read the King James Version, we're reading it in English, particularly Old English. That's why you see ye and thou and thus saith and they. Who talk like that? We don't talk like that. I don't get on the telephone and call one of my homeboys and say, may I speak it? May I speak it to Veldissimo? Thou hast told me that you would be at my house at 4 p.m. Thus, you are late. We don't talk like that. That's in Old English. It was translated. But the bigger question is, what was the original tongue or language that it was translated out of? That's the question. So now you see all these people that are coming up, they're talking about finding old Hebrew Bibles that had like the original languages in them. The Holy Quran being in Arabic. See, they got these books late. Europeans got these books late. Greece got everything late. All of the Greeks who get credit for like philosophy, we can name them. We can run them down. Run them down, y'all. Give me some names. Name some Greek philosophers, y'all. And keep hitting the like button if you haven't already. Name some Greek philosophers. I got them in my head. You got Plato. I see you, Eb. You got, what's that? Hercules? I'm looking for the big ones. Socrates, Aristotle. Yeah, those are big names. Those are names I was looking at. See, they are credited. Come on, spark plug. They are credited with being just the fathers of philosophy and all of the wisdoms. And whose feet did they study at? Sparkplug say they stole from the scholars. What scholars? Who? Name them. Be specific. Where do they get their skills from? Come on now. See, we gotta know that history, man. We ain't perfect, but you gotta know the basics, because we'll be running around thinking that these lies they've been teaching us all our life is the truth. So now I'm thinking, I believe that Charlton Heston was Moses. Oh, man. Spark plug, I salute you, man. Appreciate that. Because he already knew I was going. Aaron C. say the aliens. They got it from the aliens. Hey, they give the aliens credit for everything else. The pyramids. The black people who built the pyramids can't even get credit because they rather say aliens built the pyramids than say, well, yeah, some black people did that and we can't figure out how they did it. To this day, they have no knowledge of how the pyramids were constructed. But they know that black people built those pyramids. They don't even know how the big blocks were moved. How were those blocks even transported? Now, I've never been to the pyramids. That's one of my life goals to go. Hopefully, I can go to the pyramids one day. Somebody, maybe we can get a group together and we can all go to Egypt or something. But the point I'm making is that in the pictures that I have seen of people visiting the pyramids, you see the pyramids, right? And then you see the people way down there. So the pyramids are huge. So somebody thousands of years ago, a group of black people knew some mathematical formula that allowed them the ability and the skill to transport these ton weighing blocks and construct these pyramids. And they not just sitting up somewhere either. They have the points of the pyramids are lined up with certain star patterns. It's intricate. It has meaning to it. But before they say a black person did this, oh man, it had to be aliens. Well, what would make more sense? Would it make more sense to say, well, we had these, there was some very, very advanced minded black people, even thousands and thousands of years ago, that were more mentally advanced than Negroes walking around right now. And we're supposed to be living in a time of greater technology, but they were more mathematically inclined, scientifically inclined to construct these pyramids. What makes more sense, to just give that up and say, yeah, okay, I guess I can see that, or to say, nah, it had to be some aliens came down in a spacecraft and they just decided that, you know what, we ain't from out here, but just because, let's just stick these pyramids right here for these people, then we're gonna go back home. Yeah, that make a whole lot of sense. We're gonna come down here, we're gonna build some pyramids for whatever reason. Thousands of years have passed. Then we're gonna go back to the house. We're gonna take it back to the crib, y'all. We're gonna go home, and the people on our planet gonna say, hey man, what y'all do today? Oh man, I was bored, bro. We flew down to Earth. Them people were sitting around, just ain't nothing to do in the desert. So we just built some pyramids. And if the aliens built them, nobody ever asked this question. If the aliens built them, how long did it take them to build them? And how did nobody see them? Nobody saw the aliens building these pyramids. Nobody just happened to pass by and was like, what they doing? Who is that over there? They don't look like us. Well, they building something, man. Leave them alone. PTP says, which Bible do you read, sir? I got a King James version over here. I may have some other ones somewhere around here, but I definitely have a King James version. G Max Supreme said if we could decode the hieroglyphics. I've heard people talk about that before. What's under the pyramids? Black Zeus 24. I don't know none of these answers to these questions. I don't even gonna try to act like, well, see, brother, what's under the pyramids are, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. My homie Brandon 91 is in the building. You should do some SPC merch like hats, shirts, keychains, stuff like that. Man, Brandon, man, every time I do shirts, people don't buy them. I'm gonna do some new shirts though, but somebody always come along and say, man, when you gonna do some shirts? When you gonna do some merch? Y'all don't buy the shirts. But we're gonna still do merch, y'all. We got the vinyl that's out, y'all. How many of y'all have not somebody that purchases it gonna say, I got it. I'm saying how many people have not purchased the new 7-hour block vinyl? Lady Trill, I got you covered, so you ain't gotta say. Stephen Rio says, why is Trill Burger so expensive? Let me ask you a question. Have you ever eaten at Steak 48? Have you ever eaten at Maestro's? Have you ever eaten at Houston's? Because if you have, or any restaurant on that caliber, I hope you asked them the same question, Steve. Number love to you, but I'm just saying, I'm like, we always got to wonder why the brother man's establishment costs so much. But a lot of us will just go, like I say, we'll go to Maestro's. You go to Maestro's by yourself and spend $80. Papados and all these different spots that we go and spend all this money. Hey man, look, if I haven't been to Trill Burger yet, I've heard they got a veggie vegan burger that I plan on going to support and try. But hey man, whatever, when I get to Trill Burger, whatever the price is of my food, I'm gonna pay it happily because it supports a black business. I'm gonna keep our brother Bun in business. And this is just good reason to like give an example of that. It's like, you know, we don't question these other establishments about their prices. We don't. We don't even question them if they're not expensive. McDonald's, Jack in the Box. We don't even question the filthy, nasty ingredients. We just buy it and eat it. We don't even say, hey man, I heard rumors that y'all don't even use real beef, that y'all got some kind of pink slime that y'all use. I heard that the nuggets ain't really nuggets, man. I heard that the fries ain't even really potatoes. And we don't even question that on cheap food. But we'll question the brother if his prices may be a little up. The support or not. And we live at a time where, man, look, the price of food, man, is high. And I mean, if you are a or in business. If you're in business, just supplies, man, it's high. So a lot of times when you are in business, you have to set your prices based on your freaking overhead to purchase supplies, because the price, like what that Fat Joe say, today's price is not yesterday's price. The price of something 15, 20, 30 years ago, the same thing you was getting in, you paying more for it now. Gas don't cost what it cost in 1991. Remember everybody was going crazy about how the price of eggs was a few months back? How much a carton of eggs cost now? How much does a carton of eggs cost now? Uh-oh, Lurch said Five Guys charge $20 for a burger. Why we ain't questioning them? How much does a gallon of milk cost in the grocery store? Everything's up. So even if you're a restaurant, you got to get supplies. Even if you're getting it wholesale, it's up. You know how I know? When y'all order music from me, right? When y'all order CD, whatever, vinyl, whatever it is, do y'all know that 20 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, if I wanted to mail a CD to Lady Trio, right? One CD might cost like $1.75, $1.50, $1.75, right? That same CD now gonna cost like $3, close to $4 a cent. Mailing a CD international back in the days, it's like $4 or $5. If I wanted to send a CD to Anamonarchy in Ontario, it's gonna cost like $4 20 some years ago. That same CD now costs like $15 just to ship. So it put me in a position to do something I didn't want to have to do. I had to raise my price, and I still didn't raise it up a lot. But I almost discontinued international shipping because the price is too high. I would have to charge y'all like twice. I would literally have to charge people overseas and international like twice, double the amount of what the actual product is, just to make a profit. Just the way of the world, everything's going up. DJ Rec is in the building, man. We were just talking earlier when I started the live about the sports podcast we getting ready to crank up, man. My homie DJ Rec is in the chat. We're getting ready to start this sports podcast called Legends 34. And it's going to be on hitting the ground like next week. We're going to be talking Rockets, Texans, Astros. It's going to be more of a Houston base, but we're going to talk about everything, though. We're going to be everything, but, we're going to be showing love to our hometown. So, even with the vinyl, man, shout out to my homie Tragic, man. The vinyl, see, I blessed y'all game because, man, them vinyls cost like $20-something a piece to manufacture, and I'm selling them for $30. I should double I be trying to show love. So when you go somewhere, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give y'all some game. Y'all hit the like button if y'all haven't. Let's get to 100 likes so I can get out of here. I'm gonna tell y'all something my daddy taught me. This will help you a lot through life. This will take a lot of stress off your mind if you follow this advice. It's something my daddy taught me. He said, never argue with a person's price. Never argue with a person's price. Because just because you might not pay it, it's somebody else that will. You have the option to just simply say, oh, they want $50 for that? Nah, I'm good. You ain't got to be, man, $50? Man, how you going to charge that? You just going back and forth. Man, look, man, the price is $50. You can buy it or you can not buy it. I'm going to sell y'all this one business card. This one card. I want $30 for it. Somebody going to look at this and be like, man, you crazy. But it might be somebody in the world saying, man, I want it. I'll give you 40. You never argue with a man's price. You just say yes or no. Can't be mad. We'll walk in that Gucci store. We will walk in that Gucci store, and it could be a bag that looked like, man, that bag would look like a little coin purse. How much is this coin purse, this Gucci coin purse? Oh, that's $250. I'll take 2 of them. You know why? Just to say, this is Gucci. But watch what I get ready to hit y'all with in a minute. We're going to see. We're going to see. Because I just became a brand ambassador for my homie with his clothing line. And we ain't hit it. We ain't launched it yet. But we're going to see if y'all support. The original boss lady is in the building. Hey, man, we need 9 more likes and I can get out of here, man. Hit the like button if you haven't already. I'm back on my 100 likes crusade. I took a hiatus. We're back on it. So click the like right now if you haven't already. While we wait for these 8 more likes to come in, be sure to go get new projects, audio optics, 7-hour block. Y'all can get them on all the digital platforms. But I would love for y'all to go get the actual CD. Even if you don't have a CD player, collect it like you do vinyl, collect it like you do Army Men and Barbie dolls and all that other stuff y'all collect. 7 more likes. Meanwhile, drop y'all locations. I had a brain freeze for a second. Drop y'all locations so I can shout y'all out while we wait for these 6 more likes. Drop y'all locations. I'm going to shout y'all out. PTP says, I still haven't even opened my comic book that I purchased last year. It's a collector, see? That's what collectors do. 2 Trades is in 5th Ward. Yeah, the nickel, man. Shout out to Two Trades in Fifth Ward. Deeper elevation. Did you get the memo? Deeper elevation. We coming to Colorado Springs, April the 20th. Me and Point Blank. Hold on, man. I'm gonna put it on here till I put the whatchamacallit, man. We got a meet and greet. There it is, man. Make that drive down to Colorado Springs, Deep Elevation. Come hang out with us, man. 12 to noon, April 20th. We'll be in Colorado Springs. Let me shout y'all out, man. We need 5 more likes, man. Y'all gonna leave me on 5 more likes? We can't get to 100? Deep Elevation is in Denver, Colorado. Grandmaster Rodimer says, you ever listen to that Esham joint with the sample you used in 93? No, I haven't heard that. Instinct is in Cape Town, South Africa. Erica, what's up, Erica, in Lumberton, Texas? Erica always showing love, you know, get 2 salutes. It's at Lurf 8 in Philly in the building. Grandmaster Rodimus is in Michigan. What is that? How you say that? Polanski? I can't even say that. I ain't gonna even try. I'm not gonna even try. Lasan Mama in China. But we all over the world, man. I see y'all got me to 100 likes. I appreciate that. We all over the world. China. Sparkplug in G County. Angelo says somewhere on the planet, on planet water. Naeem Salam is in 7 Mile, Detroit. Inquisitive in North Carolina. He said he's on the flat earth, y'all. Hold on, where's my voice calling? Let me point at my globe. I can't line up. Y'all see it. My brother Spikey is in California. Spikey 1898, always showing love. Dollar Bill in G County. PTP in Orlando, Florida. Amonarch in Ontario. Yeah, come on down, Deep. Nicholas Glover in Memphis, Tennessee. What up, my brother? Archangel in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We are one of these days. I just want to see if we can have a chat with all 50 states. Is it 50? How many states is it? Lady Trill, how many states is it? It's still 50 states? Well, I feel like they added some states. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. Yeah. My brother Brandon is in Wisconsin. I just put the info to the meet and greet for all those in Colorado Springs, Denver, up in that area. It's Ypsilanti. Okay, there it is. All right. G Max Supreme, Arizona. I'm coming to Arizona, man. I've been saying that for a while. I'm coming to Tombstone. Hassan said first time you heard me was on the Cannabis Project, on the Lyrical Law. Shout out to Cannabis, man. Cody say, where's Professor Dave? They don't want to see Professor Dave, man. Professor Dave be cracking me up. He raw. He be cussing them out, calling them morons. Yeah, I'm hip to Hawaii and Alaska, but I guess the United States. But they're saying 52 now. You know what I'm saying? 52. Well, where was the other 2? It's 48 in the United States, right? So Alaska and Hawaii make the 50. What's the other two? I don't know. So it's 50. I don't know, man. I'll do my own research. Ypsilanti. Good looking out. Yeah, spark plugs say 52 weeks in a year, 50 states in America. So that's it. No more shout outs. No more cities. All right, y'all. My brother K Love come sliding in. K Love, you went to the lab tonight? You went to K Waters tonight? You been by K Waters, K Love? I got to get over there tomorrow, man. I got some stuff to do. I got some work to put. I got work to do. I might come kick it over there tomorrow, man. Eddie Monster is an ATX. We trying to get to Austin, Eddie. But we can't lock this venue down. We've been trying to get, but we trying to get out there, man. So when we do get out there, I'm gonna make sure I put it on the live so you can come and hang out with us, man. Trying to bring South Park Coalition to Austin, Texas. Okay, Dollar. I'm gonna hit you as soon as I get off. You went to the lab tonight? Yeah. I'll be there tomorrow. That's in the daytime. That's in the hood though. But I got to get by the lab. All right, y'all. I'm out of there. Like some toe-up underwear. I'll catch y'all later on, man. Peace.